Russia accused of asking for help.
We will not stand by and allow any country to compensate Russia for its losses.
From China, a work crew in Florida
I might have to change jobs to go be a gator hunter,
having to moonlight as gator wranglers, and SoFlo foodies having their night out.
So we're making our rounds, and then we're gonna, possibly get a dessert
outside. These stories and more coming up on Newsbreak. From the South Florida Media Network's Biscayne-based studios in North Miami, this is SFMN Newsbreak.
We have been very clear, both privately with Beijing, publicly with Beijing, that there would be consequences for any such support.
A stern warning from China this morning. No financial help to Russia in violation of international sanctions. That warning coming from the U.S. State Department, a new denial from China that Russia ever asked for assistance.
The network's Sophia Lama for Washington Bureau is in D.C. this morning.
Russia is moving towards the western part of Ukraine and striking regions as close as 11 miles from NATO member territory. Chaos and devastation as Russia intensifies its assault on Ukraine. Russian missiles hit a large military base near the western city of Lviv, killing at least 35 people and leaving more than 130 injured, according to local authorities. The attack not far from Poland, drawing the war even closer to the borders of a NATO country. Russian forces also opening fire on 2 American journalists, killing one while wounding the other.
Cross a checkpoint and they start shooting at us. So the driver turned around.
In Kyiv, there have been heavy explosions and multiple casualties.
Sick kids fleeing on makeshift medical trains. The unthinkable bombing of a maternity ward. Parents weeping over their children's broken bodies in the streets.
U.S. officials say Russia has asked China for military support, including drones, as well as economic assistance. Both countries have denied the request was made.
We will not stand by and allow any country to compensate Russia for its losses from the economic sanctions.
Meanwhile, the 4th round of talks between Russia and Ukraine will take place today. Ukrainian President Zelensky will be addressing the U.S. Congress tomorrow virtually. For South Florida Media Network in Washington, D.C., I'm Sophia Lama.
2 Biden appointees on different paths this morning. The buzz from Capitol Hill is that Ketanji Brown Jackson is gaining traction in her bid to be a Supreme Court justice. The Miami Palmetto High graduate would be the High Court's first black female justice. On the flip side, the president's pick for a spot on the Federal Reserve isn't doing as well. Sarah Bloom Raskin's opposition to fossil fuels isn't playing well with the senators during this time of rising energy costs.
A double murder suspect in Daytona Beach is behind bars this morning, at least partially thanks to a quick-thinking waitress. Last Tuesday, Valerie Court recognized the photo police sent of the suspect as a man she had served in a restaurant where she works, and she remembered that he had paid with the credit card. The signed receipt she gave to police led to an arrest for the murders of Terry and Brenda Altman early Sunday morning.
I wanted to catch this guy. I wanted to help the police department and help the community and catch him and get him. I knew I had valuable information.
The man police arrested is Gene Messina of Orlando. No word on if police will award Valerie with the $50,000 Crime Stoppers reward money.
Having to decide where to eat on a Saturday night could be a thing of the past. The network's Sergio Tamarit visited a place where the options seem almost endless.
South Florida has opened its largest outdoor food market, and there is no escaping the smell of it. Smorgasburg Miami is a weekly international food festival that opened this Saturday. This culinary recreation has given small business owners an opportunity to provide a mouth-watering experience to both locals and tourists.
We're featuring some of the most incredible local chefs, up-and-coming chefs, as well as some local artisans selling incredible food and incredible products.
In the heart of Wynwood, people are lining up to try both the savory and the sweetness that keeps people coming back for more.
We're making our rounds, and then we're gonna, possibly get a dessert.
For food fanatics today, The only challenge is so many options and picking the best choice for their palate.
We have the best daggone Cinnabons in all of South Florida. We brought our 8 different flavors here today. We got Bunzy, Beignet West, Gloria Esteban, Action Bunsen, and we make different kind of buns.
From the 60 vendors represented here, we can see the sellers have added a layer of creativity to them.
The duck wings and the duck poutine, out of this world, out of this world.
The smorgasburg concept originated in the city of Williamsburg, New York, followed by an establishment in Los Angeles. But now the troupe of tastemakers have made their third stop, arriving in Miami's cultural district.
There's so many weekends to come and try as many vendors as you can and want, and most of these vendors will be here on a recurrent basis. We'll be here every Saturday throwing out these delicious buns and everybody else throwing out their delicious food.
For anyone with a strong appetite, this location operates every Saturday from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. From Wynwood, this is Sergio Tamarit, South Florida Media Network.
There was a new sing-along version of a Disney hit movie.
That's still ahead, and so is this story.
The only thing I can think about is what my daddy always told me. Hold on like hell.
Find out what 2 men in Florida have to do when a gator gets stuck between a rock and a hard place. Newsbreak will be back in just 2 minutes.
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzzed and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So yeah, I know, that's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
If you love me enough to tolerate my perfect little pets and all their glorious dander, then of course you'll visit nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat to make sure I'm in the right car seat.
When I was growing up, my mom was extremely tidy. We were trained to put things back where we got them from. One day, when I walked into my mom's house, I felt like I walked to someone else's house. There was stuff everywhere. And just growing up the way I grew up and to see this transition was very alarming.
When Sean talked to me, it was a wake-up call, and that's when I went to the doctor.
A scaly surprise at a Florida pool that was under renovation.
An ordinary workday took a huge turn when a construction crew worker was given a surprise visit by a nearly 6-foot alligator. Rodney Withers and his co-workers near Fort Myers Friday. They went about their day as normal. It wasn't until Rodney briefly went to his car for a drink when he noticed the sizable gator in his peripheral vision.
I see this black shadow from like the shoulders up of a alligator. And I'm, hey. And when he looked, I told him, be careful, there's a gator on the other side of your truck. When he come around the truck, the gator opened his mouth and you could see all his teeth.
With the help of Rodney, LCSO deputies and a state gator trapper on scene, they worked together as a team using a rope to rescue the alligator from the rocks it was stuck between. Visibly injured, the gator was taken to a nearby farm for care and restoration.
Disney is releasing a sing-along version of one of their newest and most viewed movies, Encanto. With its ever-increasing popularity, Encanto will now have a sing-along version to be released on Disney+, and it's going to have a more complicated visual for its lyrics. They will be having a better look compared to the usual dot jumping from word to word, and instead it will be more enticing for the viewers.
That is all the time we have for Newsbreak. I'm Anya Joseph.
And I'm Julian Davis. Get more news anytime at sfmn.fiu.edu.